Hey everybody, it's time for a wig chat. Now, I'm going to be reviewing a couple wigs for you this week, one of which is on my head right now, but we're not going to talk about her in this one. We are going to be talking about a BelleTress wig, and this will be my very first experience with BelleTress. And I have to say, there are so many great things that I want to chat about with this wig with you guys, and then I'm going to tell you kind of the things that I'm on the fence about. This is Kona, and the color is honey with chai latte, and let me tell you, that color is, oh, I love that color. So yes, this is my very first BelleTress wig, and I wasn't sure what color to get, and it's so hard to tell by the little bit they show you, of the color on the computer. And so, you go on YouTube and you look to see what the color is. So anyway, I settled on honey with chai latte, and I have to say it is gorgeous. So much so that I went on Sister Wigs and looked at all the other BelleTress designs and styles because I loved this color so much. I'm like, I gotta have something else in that color. Anyway, so let's take a look at Kona. Now this is quite the sassy number, I think. This is, I wore it a little bit today and I put a little clip in it because I'll have to show you why. But anyway, this color, so amazing. It is dusk outside, so I can't take her outside to show you, but I will be taking this one out, even if I have to make a separate little video of it, because I think she's going to be absolutely stunning in the natural light of the sun. It is so gorgeous. But before I get carried away with that, let's take a look at Kona's cap construction right here. Now, I got this BelleTress wig on a fantastic sale from Sister Wigs. Do you remember they were having that sale on BelleTress wigs? And I thought, this is the perfect opportunity for me to see about trying to find a style in that line so I can, try my first BelleTress wig. So here it is. This is the cap construction. It's open wefted throughout. We have this side mono part, which I love. It's very unusual for me to like a wig that does not have some kind of mono thing going on up here. Now there are exceptions. For instance, my Ignite has a lace front, but it does not have any kind of mono part, and that works for me. But I much rather have some kind, and this does give you that left mono part, and so that's great. And then it has this lace front. It's my first experience with BelleTress lace fronts, and so we'll take a look at that today. And then it has the closed cap on the other side of the part, and there is a little bit of permatease up here, but I didn't find it to be annoying. And then we have this deliciously soft moleskin on the ear tabs and on the nape area down here. Really soft, super soft. Yeah, I'm assuming it's this moleskin material. If not, it is a material that is extremely soft. So as you may know, I really love that feature of the moleskin ear tabs and the nape. It just kind of gives me a little extra security for comfort, because I can tell the difference when I wear wigs that don't have that feature. So that is it, my friends. I can say this: the metal stays in this wig are very weak, and it doesn't stay flat against my head. So what I have had to do is I really have to cup it in. So there might be a little space under there between my skin and the little kind of C cupping thing that I gotta really do, but that keeps the bottom of it to my head, and it seems to work that way. But if I just kind of put it flat against the head and make sure it's not sticking out but it's still flat, for some reason it doesn't give me that really flat thing going on that you kind of need there for the sides. So I'm just gonna add that a little bit. And in the back here, there aren't any metal stays whatsoever. I do like those stays back here now that I know they're a thing. Even on my longer wigs, I don't know, it just keeps it kind of a little bit extra security that it's kept under there, and I've grown to really like that. Now this is a medium length kind of fun length, so it's not super crucial. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's an Ignite type of really close cut to the nape thing where you really would love to have that. So it's not a huge issue. Okay, so let's put this one on and see what we think, because it is definitely something very different than what I am used to. Yeah, I would say the closest thing that I have to this in my collection is probably Soft and Subtle, and they're still quite different. So I don't have any of these kind of fun texturized kind of, shattered type of curl formation in my collection at all. As you know, my whole thing with Editor's Pick is quite interesting. So I will have to follow up with you on that another time. But anyway, so I'm new to this whole kind of shattered, beachy, wavy, wind-blown kind of look. Anyways, okay, now let's put her on. I'm gonna put her on, and I will show you the things I love about this wig and the things that are driving me a little crazy. Okay, just stuck her on my head, and here she is. Okay, first things first. This wig is so light. It is, I'm not even sure what the ounces are because I'm not one to really honestly care that much, but I should, because it is so light. I want to say it's like the lightest feeling wig that I have. And the amount of hair, it's very baby fine, very soft, and it gets even more kind of baby fine toward the ends. And I tell you what, that is so believable. You are going to hear Loki. He was just right back here a second ago. Anyways, yeah, the amount of hair is very real. It really kind of goes to the plane of my head, which makes it, again, more real and believable. Now, if you recall, this is the left side part. There was a little permatease. Gosh, a little permatease over in this area. It's like right close to the part. Very little bit. Very little bit. And it's probably a good thing that it's there. Otherwise, it would probably really stick to the cap right there. And as you know, the way I feel about that is it tends to look very wiggy to me when that fiber is just kind of stuck to the cap everywhere. So I do think that is something that is needed and very unnoticeable. But yeah, man, the absolute weight and feel of this wig is remarkably light. It was stunning to me when I put it on. Now, it still has a cap, so yes, I still feel like I'm wearing something on my head, but really light. I'm not going to talk about the color quite yet because, hey, is this a beautiful color. The rooting is done to perfection. I think other designers need to take note. But before I get to that, because the color is what really, I saw the color in the box and then I took the little black netting off and just kind of went, oh, wow. I just knew I was going to love it. It's beautiful. Anyway, okay. So yes, it's very light. It's very, again, it's kind of that shattered. Maybe you had it styled really perfectly curled and then you went out to the beach and the wind blew a little bit and then it just became this kind of shattery, messy, boho kind of texture, which is kind of the whole thing going on here with this. So before I talk about coverage and all this, because I have to tell you, being my first BelleTress wig, it is really exciting when you try a new line and you get excited about it, because there are certain features that you're like, oh boy, if this is carried across the line and not just the style, that's exciting. Because I have tried a few, there's many that I still have not tried, but I have tried probably the major brands and some not so. And I haven't found any yet that there are very few that I have to say across the board. I feel if I order a style in that line, I'm probably going to be pretty happy with it. And there aren't too many that I can say that about. But I'm excited about the possibility with this BelleTress, because I will tell you in a second. But okay, so again, you know, I haven't really done too much, but honestly, these kind of styles, you really don't do much to them. You really don't, because the more you mess with something like this, they get a little fuzzy, the curl pattern starts kind of breaking up. So you don't want to mess with these too much. Anyways, let me show you the different angles, and this is going to be interesting because I've decided to do a wig chat in this little corner. I managed to set up a little surface here that I can put things on. I don't know, I just felt like I needed to change. This background may really wash me out, and I might have a very hard time, you know, seeing the color with the background being very similar to this color, which is why I do like doing wig chats in front of my red, you know, curtain, because there's a contrast there. So if I do find that's an issue, I probably won't do any more wig chats here. But anyways, here's my right side. This is the opposite side of where that mono part is. And then the left side. Now, turning around in the back is going to be challenging. I really want you to see the back, because there is rooting in here. There is rooting, which is a good thing, because if there wasn't, you'd really see the wefts, I think. But that rooting is there. It's very light and airy, and you know, you can kind of almost see the wefts even if you don't have it on your head yet. But when you kind of look at the wig, you're holding it up and you have it maybe in your hand and you're kind of doing this, you can kind of see the wefts doing that. But I really think that's because we know what we're looking for. I think anybody else, it's not blaring, you know, it's not like a design flaw. It's just a very light amount of hair. I really don't think it would be noticeable to the average non-wig person, you know? I don't know. I would probably have to wear it and then just kind of get the opinion of, you know, my family and see what they think. It's funny though, because they're starting to kind of notice little, they're starting to get to know the wigs, you know, and it's like they know there's lace fronts now, they know there's mono parts, and the ones that don't, and permatees. It's like I can tell they're starting to to get almost to be wig snobs as well as myself. So anyway, yes, that's part of why this is so light, is because the amount of hair is quite realistic. If I had hair like this on top and I was able to grow it like this, because I'm so fine, I do think this is probably very similar to the look I would get with my own hair if I had hair up here, you know, if it actually grew, you know, on the crown of my head and in the front. Anyway, so let's talk about the coverage of this wig, because I think the coverage is really fantastic. I think it really is quite nice. This has a lace front. Hopefully you can see my wig grip a little bit, but it has quite a nice lace front, I think. I don't know, I think it's a really nice lace front, honestly. you can see, is that my, yeah, that's my wig grip. So let me push that back a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's better. I feel like I'm also crooked. What's happening? Yeah. Anyway, I think it's quite a lovely lace front. And I think the coverage is really nice. Again, my head measurement from ear to ear is 12. So it doesn't honestly take too much for me to get good coverage. And I'm always stunned when I don't get good coverage because I'm kind of used to that. But this one does have exceptionally good coverage. It really does. This is, usually, you know, I'm very cognizant of my natural hairline and I have to put root powder right in there to cover up my graying, very mousy brown hair because usually root colors are quite warm. And honestly, this covers up that area right there. So maybe if I wanted to create kind of a shadow effect, I could still put a tiny bit in there. But I was pretty amazed at that. And on me, the ear tabs come down very low. And I'm not sure that's a good thing because, again, I wear glasses. This is where the end of the ear tab is. This comes down all the way to here. And so I can't get my glasses underneath the ear tab. It would literally just poke them right on out. So I would have to put them over my those ear tabs, and then they would kind of settle where they would need to be. And it works fine. I just have to be thinking, you know, it's like I can't stick them under. I have to kind of do it over because it does come down quite low right here on me. Okay, but because of that fit situation and how it does come down, I can really get these little strands pulled out, and that looks like it is coming out of my head, you know, between the shape and the formation of the hair there and the great coverage in this wig. It looks like it's coming out of my head, and I don't have to do a dang thing to it. I haven't put my root powder on. I haven't even taken out my own hair like I always do because the coverage of this is so fantastic. So anyway, yeah, I think that's great. Okay, got the lace front. We got that side mono part. We have this great coverage. We have the nice soft ear tabs, the nice soft nape area down there. Ticks all those boxes. Now I want to talk about this amazing, fabulous color. You guys, you know how much I love shaded praline. Love shaded praline. I think it's one of the most realistic blondes that I have ever seen in a wig. This one is lighter. It's for sure a lighter color, but it's so dynamic, and it's got some honey in here. It is definitely kind of more of a golden hue, you know, of a blonde, but it's not that yellow color that I'm not too fond of. I think they just did this really great job. And the rooting on this, you guys, the rooting color, the rooting craftsmanship that went into creating this root is the best that I have seen, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the color, for one thing. I think this is very, very pleasing to just about anybody's skin tone. I'm very fair, and this is not overwhelming color-wise. You know, it's not super dark. Now, I don't know much about the coloring, you know, of wigs and how that all works. I have yet to study that a little bit, but not too much. And so I'm sure with the numbers, you could probably put it all together and it would make, that's why, you know. But for just me, for somebody that is just visual and I'm trying to take it all in, just my layman's eyes, if you will, it is gorgeous. Man, but the other thing about this, and I'm not sure this would pick up over the camera, is if you really looked at this, like if I looked at it with my magnifying mirror here. They have incorporated the lightest blonde in here, ever so, just a little bit, just like boom, boom, boom. And they've put that one strand, you know, strand at a time of the lightest blonde in here. And I think that's fabulous because in a way, it kind of looks like it's a little bit of gray. You know, it's like a really realistic outgrowth of a root. It's not really, but you know, it's not gray. But just because they picked this lightest blonde and they made it kind of part of that whole dark brown rooting, it looks very, very realistic. I think that there's some designers that could take heed of what they've done here with this rooting and incorporate that into their line, because it's quite nice. It is really nice, and I think that it's really realistic. And as you know, I am all about the rooting. Even if I were to get a warm brown someday, I do kind of want a little rooting in there, because I think that really is very realistic, you know, and that's what we want when we have that wig on. So anyway, I just think the rooting in here is done so well. I was kind of stunned when I saw that rooting, because it almost does look like a little bit of gray is outgrowing, but not in a bad way, you know. But I hope that comes across in the camera there. But really nice, really well done. Okay, so this is kind of just a shake and put on your head and go kind of wig. This color, guys, isn't it amazing? I really am I look at my viewfinder and I'm like, oh, because it just is not looking like it's showing up like it would in person. Anyway, see how it's dropping? That I don't like. No. So that's my issue. So, you know, I haven't taken out the product yet. I know, surprise, surprise. I'm sure if I got a little product in there and kind of tried to get that, you know, kind of off the cap, it would probably help a lot. But I haven't done that with this wig yet. So yeah, super soft. The fibers are very, very realistic when it comes to their diameter, you know. My soft and subtle, the diameter and feel of that is not super my favorite, you know. Sorry about the dogs, you guys. My door is open. I don't know why they feel they need to be in here. But this one feels so soft, so realistic. I am in love with the fibers of this wig. I really am. I think they're really, really pretty, really believable, and just really cute. So my biggest problem with this one was this side. Yeah, this is that side. So I tried a few things, because we do have this lace front. So even if, you know, we stray from that mono part, if we can somehow, like I did with the soft and subtle, if you recall, you know, we might get away with experimenting with a different side in the lace front area and still have it expose that left side mono part. Because with these types of wigs, these ones that have these really fun patterns like soft and subtle, probably editor's pick, I'm assuming, you really kind of have to play with where the wig wants to go for you when it comes to the curl pattern. Because it can make a big difference. I was struggling with this one when it was going this way. and I feel like it wants to behave a little better going the opposite way, this way. I think it takes a little weight situation off of this weird side, and I think with a little bit of product and hairspray, I think that, I don't know, it might be better like this. I don't know. This one will be a lot of fun to play with, I think, you know, just to kind of see what I can do with her. Anyway, I think this is darling. I think it's really cute, very, very boho, you know, and fun. It's just a fun summer hairdo. I think it's another fantastic option. Okay, guys, this is it for Kona. I have to say, I think she's gonna be fun this summer. If you're into this kind of shattered beachy look with the curl pattern and kind of more of a boho feel, then I think you should try Kona by BelleTress. And this is in the fabulous color of honey with chai latte. I think it's my new favorite blonde. Okay, keep a lookout for my next wig chat. And you saw a hint of what that would be in the beginning of this video because I had her on my head. Okay, all right guys, until next time, stay young at heart. Bye-bye.